Happy Wednesday, everybody. My name is Tracy. This is the 3-Wick Thesis Candle channel. And when it's Wednesday, it means it's time for another episode of my Wax Melt Wednesdays series. Today, I'm actually combining two vendors. One of them is going to be a new vendor to me, never tried before, and that is Macaron Wax Melts. The other one is a vendor I have tried but never personally ordered from, and that is Rose Girls. So this first one that I'm going to talk about is the Macaron Wax Melts. I ordered this. This is a custom order I did. I ordered this on a Friday and it arrived the very next Friday. So that was super fast for a custom. I was expecting it to be like months, and there was no wait for this particular vendor. Some vendors have a really long wait list. Some have you go on a wait list, you get called up, and then you have another 2 months. You know, it's a crazy world out there with customs. But with this company, I got it right away. And Tim and Kathy Faley are the owners. They include this thank you card with information about their business, asking you to tag them on social media. So that's in there. And this is a custom I did because I was watching Maggie's channel. I can't remember the name of her channel, so I'll just put her picture up here. And she had a like Watergate salad wax melt that she had finished up, and I couldn't make out who she said it was from. And then I was like, I want a Watergate salad wax melt. And I want that because Watergate salad is something my mom made for every single holiday get together. So if there was a potluck or a Thanksgiving or a Christmas, whatever the get together was, she brought Watergate salad. In fact, she made it so often and people loved it so much that at her funeral, I had multiple people come up to me and say, I always loved your mom's Watergate salad. So, like, she became associated with that Watergate salad. I will also say, if you've never had it before, it is weird, but it is delicious. In fact, I did a like nostalgic flashback Friendsgiving last year with a couple of friends of mine, and we each brought a dish that reminds us of home. And a couple of us are from the Midwest, so it felt like home to me. And I brought Watergate salad, and when they opened the lid, they were kind of like, ugh, you know, they made this face. I'm like, no, I promise you it's really good. And then the person who made that face ate 3 servings of it. So it's pistachio pudding with crushed pineapple and then marshmallows. And you can add pecan. I don't. And then it has Cool Whip in it. So it's Cool Whip, marshmallow, pistachio pudding, and crushed pineapple. So I was looking at their website and saw that they had pistachio, which I put in here, marshmallow smoothie, which I put in here, and pineapple. And then y'all, guess what? I saw that they do customs in the shape of a butterfly. And I was like, sold, sold. I don't care if it doesn't smell. I don't care if it doesn't throw. I don't care. I need Watergate scented wax melts that are butterfly shaped because, Mom. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so good. Okay. I feel like you have to have made Watergate salad to understand what this smells like. It doesn't necessarily smell like how it does when you eat it, because when you eat it, you get much more of the Cool Whip marshmallow. So like if I were to evolve this, I would ramp up the marshmallow and turn down the pineapple and the pistachio. However, I love this because what this reminds me of now is making Watergate salad with my mom. Because when you make it, we always would put the pudding, it's like a instant pudding, right? So it's like powdery, and I mean, it literally, like, you kind of inhale it when you pour it out of the bag, and you get the pistachio up in your nose as a result. And then the very first thing we would do is add the crushed pineapple, because the juice in the pineapple is what kind of activates the pudding and keeps it from clumping. So you do that first, and then you add the marshmallow, and then you add the Cool Whip. And what this smells like is like the very bright, very tangy, very concentrated pistachio essence of the pudding mix combining for the first time. It smells exactly like it. Yeah, so this is like Watergate salad as you're making it, and you haven't added the Cool Whip yet. I actually don't get much of the marshmallow, but I don't mind. So this is like, you know, fresh off the press. I am not going to melt this yet because I'm going to give this some time to cure. And then with their customs, I think you have to have a minimum. I think it was £1 that I got. So I actually have 2 bags of the custom. I'm contemplating repackaging this and sending some to my sister and some to my brother. They don't use wax warmers though, so I don't know how that would go down. And I'm definitely going to share this with the stepdad when I go home. I think he'll really appreciate it. So very happy to have that. I don't remember what I paid. I'll put the price up here for you. For me, it's worth it just because of the memory it evokes and the butterfly shapes, y'all. Come on. I mean, and if you're new here, my mom passed away in June. And she told me when I was in my early 20s that when she died, she would come back to me as a butterfly. And I see butterflies everywhere now. So if I'm putting more butterflies in my life, I need more, right? So I picked those up in the butterfly shape. And they were nice enough to send me 3 samples in this little package. One of those is Beach Nights Jumping on Clouds, and it's Beach Nights type with Jumping on Clouds. And these are the actual macaron shapes, which I think are really cute. And you can order your wax in this particular shape. So literally it looks like a little macaron cookie. Yeah, this is really good. It's your classic Beach Nights. You know, it's like a body care vanilla, body care marshmallow. I don't know what Jumping on Clouds is, but it feels more like a vanilla sweet marshmallow than normal Beach Nights. A little less perfumey. Good size sample too. I'm happy to try their other stuff. I haven't tried their other stuff. Stolen Kisses, and I got that in like a floral, almost looks like a floral bunt shape and a macaron. Doesn't have the scent notes on here. It's pretty. Definitely floral. Definitely feels a bit powdery. Almost deodorant-y. And also a little bit like a body lotion. So it's like dances the line between body care and like face powder / deodorant. I don't dislike it. It's not usually something I would gravitate for, but honestly, that's usually what samples are best for because I would never put this in my cart, but it gives me a chance to give it a try. So I appreciate that one as well. And the third one is Coconut Cake in the Clouds, and that's got the same note Jumping on Clouds as the Beach Nights one did, only this one has coconut cake. Both of those are macaron shaped. You have to like coconut. It's good. It's not my favorite coconut. I feel like whatever the Jumping on Clouds, that marshmallow creamy note reads a little bit heavy. I think if you like a coconut cream pie vibe without the pie crust, you would like this. The coconut is almost too nutty, too earthy, too fleshy with that really kind of sweeter aspect of the cloud note. Again, not one I would gravitate towards, but happy to have in a sample because who knows, I might end up liking this. So really happy with what I got. So happy with the speed. Y'all, I can't even with this particular blend I did. And I don't remember seeing on the website where I could name this, but if I could, it would be Party with Pat for my mom, because this just makes me think of her at parties, get-togethers. All right, so that is my Macaron Wax Melts haul. Let me skip over to the Rose Girls haul. Today I am featuring my first order from Rose Girls, who I have heard so much good information about. I did not go ham. I think I ordered 4 of her melters, mini melters I think is what they're called. And then she sent me 2 samples, pretty sizable as well. So I am going to share with you the scent notes, talk about the wax, what it looks like, and all that good stuff. Now she does package her stuff nicely with some tissue paper, and there's a thank you note in here that's handwritten, at least her signature is. So Jenny is the owner of Rose Girls, so that's a nice little touch. I love the decorative tissue paper. This one's really pretty. It has some florals on it, poppies and some lavender. And then she also sent me 2 samples, both of which are pretty sizable. So there's one here with 4 squares and the other one has 6. Y'all, this is a gift right here. Although I will say this one, cherry. We'll see. It's dark cashmere, cherries, cocoa butter cashmere, warm vanilla, and fresh pipe tobacco. I do like that she sent me a fragrance I would not normally buy. She has no way of knowing that, but it's going to push my boundaries. Yeah, it's just not my thing. It smells like cherry chapstick to me. It almost smells like cherry chapstick meets bubblegum. I don't know what in this would be giving me bubblegum vibes, but it's not horrible. I'll try it, but I'm not a cherry fan. And then the other sample is Autumn in Cookie Land. I like the name of that. Leaves, which is a Bath & Body Works type. Campfire Marshmallows, Pumpkin Pecan Waffles. Cookie Land, which includes toffee-covered pretzels, confetti cake, and cookies. Oh, that is amazing. I was concerned with the leaves note in there that it would be super heavy on the apple. It's not. The apple is very subtle. And the marshmallow is ooey gooey without being cloying. Same with the cookie note. You get this like buttery, sweet cookie vibe without it just being hit you over the head gourmand. It's just a beautiful, sweet apple fragrance. Excited to try this one. If it does well, if it performs well, this would go in a future bag. So thank you, Jenny, for the samples. Really appreciate that. Never required, never necessary for vendors to do this, but I always love it. And I know with Sassy Girl Aroma, I have ordered in future orders the stuff she's sent me in samples. So I think it's effective marketing as well. So like I said, I stuck with 4 fragrances. One of them that really intrigued me was the Abandoned Library. Y'all know how much I like library fragrances. If it's old papyrus, old books, dusty shelves, give it to me. I want to melt it in my house. I want to sniff it. I want all that. I think that has to do a lot with just being a studious person and the number of hours I've spent in like a research library on multiple campuses. It's my vibe. It's Lord of Misrule, which is a lush type. It's Haunted Library, which has suede, rosewood, leather, old library books, and fireplace. Oh, that makes me happy. Yeah, it's like dusty library, but it also feels pretty and like a little bit feminine. It's not super perfumey. There's just like a hint of something in here that reads a little bit like, almost like the perfuminess of Book Loft, but not that high register bergamot. It's just very soft, very subtle. You get a hint of smokiness coming from that fireplace. The leather is warm and just kind of wraps everything up in this softness that is natural and beautiful. As I'm sniffing this, I am craving an anise note. I don't know why, but if this had anise or like a black licorice vibe to it, y'all, I would be melting along with the wax. But it's also really good as is. I might take some of Virgil's. He's got a black licorice, or I think it's black jelly beans. I might add a cube of that to this and just experiment and see what that's like. That's also part of the fun of wax melts, is you get to play. You get to decide what stuff smells like. And I love the color scheme. It feels a bit spooky, a little bit haunted. Love that. Picked this one up for the hubs. It's Barbieland. Look at the colors, y'all. Super vibrant. Barbieland has rainbow sherbet, sweet lemon confection, and cotton candy frosting. He likes sherbet fragrances. They tend to be too tangy for my nose. Yep. And this one is very tangy. Super bright citrus. It reminds me a lot of the rainbow sherbet from Goose Creek. The difference is that this has that cotton candy note in it, which is sweet. So you get this kind of warm, sweet, almost taffy-like softness to counteract the really bright citrus. I like it. I mean, in terms of like a Fruit Loops vibe or like a rainbow sherbet vibe, I like this. I don't usually like these. I wouldn't buy this for myself, but this is not going to be a you burn that in your office only citrus. When he does have a collection of those where I'm like, yeah, you do that one downstairs. I don't want to smell it. I also picked up Adventure is Out There. I love the colors of this one too, the pink and the brown. It's pink sugar, roasted pine cones, blazing bonfire, and campfire marshmallows. Oh. The pink sugar is perfumey, which is normal. I'm getting a hint of what feels like legit pine cone. I feel like with some of the wax I've been smelling in vendor wax, pine cone ends up just being pine. And I actually want the like barkiness of the pine cone. It has a different fragrance to it, and I'm actually picking up on the barkiness of the pine cone in this. But it's still sweet like pine, but with that bark note. Just a hint of smoke, nothing too strong. And then that pink sugar is just like sweet and perfumey. So this is very much like a body care fragrance to me. But a very rich, sappy, woody, perfumey note. I haven't smelled anything like this before. This is new to me. I am like trying to rack my brain of like, what does this smell like? I mean, the closest thing would be Marshmallow Fireside, because I feel like that's a bit perfumey, but it doesn't smell anything like Marshmallow Fireside. It's just the association of like a fireside smell with a perfumey note. But this is phenomenal. And the last one, Lake It Easy. I just love the name. Oh, I'm such a sucker for silly titles. And then this one is blue and green. It feels very much like a lake vibe to me. It's Palo Santo, campfire toasted marshmallows, beach nights, and salty sea air. I love me beach nights. I love anything salty. I love campfire. I love Palo Santo. I have high expectations for this one. Oh, and it does not disappoint. Oh, wow. Forgive me while I take a moment. Oh, that's so delicious. The marshmallow in here, I actually don't get the same woody smokiness of this one, so I'm guessing it's the bonfire note in this that's giving it. This smells just more like ooey gooey marshmallow. Very sweet, very soft. The Palo Santo is very chill. I'm not getting a strong Palo Santo vibe. It's just a little bit woody, and it's more of a raw Palo Santo, not a smoky Palo Santo. That Beach Nights, it's classic perfumey vanilla to me. I mean, this is a beautiful Beach Nights. It's well balanced. Some can read a little bit too perfumey. This actually still smells edible, which makes it a delicious body care vanilla. And then that salty sea air just adds what feels like a hint of like dryness, a little bit of like sea spray vibe or like a driftwood. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I hope this performs. Rose Girls, please perform for me. I did start using Tealights, although y'all, I gotta find a different brand of Tealights. I'm using the IKEA Tealights, and I don't know what it is, because those are super cheap. But like every other one I burn, it sets up all of my air purifiers. So I have 2 in my space down here and 1 upstairs, and all 3 of them turn red, which is angry. The air purifier is angry when it is red. And if you're wondering why I have air purifiers, 1, because I think it's better for you to breathe clean air. 2, because I do burn candles and I like to filter some of that stuff out. But 3, because I live in forest fire region. And it gets so bad sometimes that even with all your windows closed, your house fills with fire smoke. And I get really bad headaches when that happens. So I have purifiers everywhere to avoid the headaches. I rarely have candles that set off my purifiers. But the IKEA Tealights make every single purifier in my house rage. So I need to find a different tea light brand, because my tea light warmer has been phenomenal, but I can't use those tea lights. And it is the tea light, not the wax, because I've taken the same wax and put it in with a different tea light. So I'll take out the one that's setting off the purifier, put in a new one, and I won't have the same problem. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'll go through a couple more tea lights, and all of a sudden the next tea light I do sets off all the purifiers. So there's a quality control issue with those. I don't know what it is, but I need to find something different because I want to be able to use it, and I can't. So y'all, what brand tea lights do you use? I'm looking for cheap stuff because I'm going through like 3 a day, 4 a day. I need something that's cheap. Put that in the comments below and help me out. All right, let me know. Do you like Rose Girls? Tell me, what are your favorite fragrances from there? What should I be looking for? What should I be picking up? Any tips about throw and strength? Do you recommend Tealights, do you recommend ceramic for this? Do you recommend glass trays for this? I've got different burners, different warmers. I'm going to give them a try. I'd love to have a conversation with you in the comments below. If you liked this episode, give me a thumbs up. That always makes me feel good. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to see more Wax Melt Wednesdays episodes. I do at least one every Wednesday. And y'all have been really, those of you who like it, have been very appreciative of my inclusion of wax. Y'all, I have so much content. I was like, maybe I need to start a wax channel too. I don't know. I'm getting ideas, but I got to work. I got to get paid. So I don't know if I have time to run 2 channels well. For now, we're going to stick with only on Wednesdays, but I am getting ideas. We'll see how that moves forward. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm glad you were here with me today. I'll see you again in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.